Anyway, we're live, baby. Here we go. It's a little jarring. Oh, I caught Brandy mid chapstick. I caught her mid chapstick.
For the worst.
That's mid chapstick. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Didn't know we were starting.
Yeah, I like to do that to people. I like to just turn it on while people are like mid sentence and everyone's like, "Oh shit, oh shit." It's a fun way to start the show. That's what I say.
Sure, it is.
Yeah. So, hello everybody in the world of YouTube. My show's not on anywhere else because, frankly, I'm too stupid and too lazy to figure out how to put it on other platforms. So here we are on the YouTube. So, hello everybody. Okay, so tonight I am welcoming tonight my esteemed colleagues here, Randy from Truth or Tinfoil, and also our mutual show, Paranormal Show and Tell, and Brandy from the Blondes and the Booze, and also from Paranormal Show and Tell. Welcome, guys. Hi.
Hi.
Hola, ¿y cómo está?
All right. So tonight's going to be a very special evening, guys. This is a topic I've been wanting to do ever since I started doing these podcasts with regards to the paranormal, cryptid, Fortean topics, right?
Right.
All the crazy weird shit, right? Ever since we started talking about all the crazy weird shit, I've been thinking, you know what? A lot of these shows that we're on, it's all questions, right? It's all speculations. Your shows, my shows, Tex and Rob's show. Jason had a show. It was called Jason McLean Questions Everything. All questions, all speculations, but no answers, guys. No answers. Oh, hey, it's Paul. Oh, Paul, I would have invited you. I thought you were going to be unavailable, though, because your show was pre-recorded today. So I was like, oh, Paul's out doing something.
He was.
Yeah.
He still might be.
Oh, yeah.
He might still be out there.
Yeah, dude, Paul, send me a message if you want to hop on. But if you're busy, it's all good. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, I'm fucking tired of questions, guys. I'm tired of all this speculation bullshit. I don't know how you guys feel. Don't you get a little tired of it?
I'm always tired of it.
I would like a definite answer somewhere. I don't care in what field. I just want a definite answer.
Okay.
I got it for you. It's maybe.
It's maybe.
Yeah, probably maybe. Okay, well, I'm glad you said. I'm glad you mentioned that, Brandy, because I feel like tonight you've come to the right place. Because tonight we're gonna get some motherfucking answers for a change.
Well, you told me you had the answers.
Yeah,
I've been doing some research. Like I've been researching shit. I've been like reading books and stuff. Oh, damn, Donny sits around and reads books. Damn, this dude's smart.
We're just trying to grasp the fact that you can read, first of all, okay?
Yeah, there's plenty of, there's plenty of these people that we know that go out and claim that they're researchers, but they're not opening books. Come on, get out of here.
Very true.
Never.
No,
Never.
Not one bit.
No,
I haven't opened up a single book.
They go spritzing in the woods looking for Bigfoot, and then they go home and sit on their couch and watch football all day.
Yeah, and I have to say something that I never read books, ever. Hang on.
They're just paperweights. I have never seen
ever.
I've never seen them open. I've never seen them open.
I don't think I've ever seen Brandy reading a book before.
No.
Well, I'm not going to read book when I have you guys to entertain me. Come on.
True that.
Oh, we're just entertainment now. Okay, we know what we're worth. Okay.
So yeah, I've been doing some research and shit, and I've been finding the truth, the answers, yo. So I've got these two books with me. The first one here is called The Extraterrestrial Species Almanac, a full breakdown of all the different extraterrestrials that have been visiting our planet and have interacting. This guy named Craig Campobasso.
Okay, I thought it said Robinson for a minute. I was like, wait a second, isn't he a comedian?
And you know what the funny thing is? This guy, before he was an author into Fortean topics, he was a casting director for movies like Dune and Total Recall.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, then he's got a definite,
So this dude legit. This
He's
dude legit as hell.
He got to know what he's talking about, right?
Is he legit, or is he just making up shit as he goes? Because
No.
he has to have something for his movies.
He's bringing truth, guys. Truth.
Okay.
And he's giving all of the information and the breakdown of all the different alien. Well, not all of them, because there's like hundreds and potentially thousands of them. But these are like the main ones that we are dealing with. Okay. So I'm going to do a breakdown of what he talks about in here, the truth of the alien races. And then I've got this book here called the Arcturian anthology that I've been reading, and basically these are channelings. This dude channeled some actual motherfucking Arcturians. So it's like an interview with Arcturians, and they break it all down.
That's by Tom who?
Arcturians. So they're one of the main races.
Who wrote it? Tom
Kenyon and Judy Sion. Even that name sounds woo.
Yeah, but say Scion sounds woo.
Yeah.
We're going back to Scion. Back to the Matrix.
So I want you guys to help me because I know you guys deal with the Fortean topics and the paranormal and the supernatural. And, one of the thoughts I've been having lately is that, as paranormal cryptid people, our woo level is actually lower than people would expect. Right? Brandy, you're a ghost experiencer. You're a Bigfoot experiencer. You go out in the field. You have to show. On a scale of 1 to 10, what level of woo would you say you are?
I don't know really how to answer that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I tell a story about what has happened to me and what I've seen, it is only the truth of what I've seen. I don't know if you can call that woo because I'm not believing in anything. I'm actually experiencing these things.
Yeah.
So, but there are other things that I don't know the answer to. I think I'm about a 5.
About a 5? Mid-level woo?
10.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would say so because a 0 would be like someone who never thinks about cryptids or paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we know those people, right? Who never think about it. It like doesn't register to them. And any kind of line of thinking that deviates outside their normal mundane reality is like, oh, that's too freaky deaky for me, right? That's a 0 level woo.
Crazy. Yeah, they think we're crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though we are probably just like mid-level woo.
Mid-level.
Like between I'd say between a 4 and a 6, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Randy, what level woo would you put yourself at?
I'm probably a little bit even less than what she is. I'm probably closer to a 4.
A 4. Okay.
The only reason I say that is not because of experiences per se, is the minute somebody comes at me with the word woo, I immediately cringe.
Why?
Okay. Well,
is that like squatching? People cringe at squatch.
Don't even know. See, that's the other thing. That's the other word. That's the other word. I mean, I really want to smack Matt Moneymaker in the face for even coming up with that word. Okay. It's like, really, dude? Can you be that lazy to not say Bigfoot? You just going to say squatch? Oh, we're going squatching. No, you're not. You're going into the woods and drinking beer. Shut up. But honestly, though, I've actually had people show me pictures of a wood line. Don't you see it? I see wooden trees. No, right there. See that dark area? It's a shadow. No, you don't believe in the woo, do you? I said, well, what are you talking about? You talking about the cryptid being a supernatural entity? No, I consider it flesh and blood. But and they're like, well, if you don't get the woo, you just won't see it. You won't see it. I said, that's because it's not there. So I'm at a 4.
It's a red circle thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and Randy is a sometimes can be more of a I don't know. He's more suspicious of things, when he doesn't believe every story and he doesn't, believe every picture, and he's more of a skeptic than I am.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I've had my experiences. I haven't had a Bigfoot experience per se, but I've heard things in the woods at night, obviously. And I've had experiences on paranormal many times.
Right.
But
so you're definitely not a 0, right? You're more than a 0.
No. I'm more than a 0. I'm probably, like I said, about 4. I mean, because I will go out of my way to watch a great, documentary on either Bigfoot, paranormal, whatever the case might be. When they start putting up stuff that's like off the rails, then I start kind of walk away. Like there's a certain he who shall not be named. I won't watch anything he has to do with. Period. At all, because it's so outlandishly stupid. It ain't even funny.
Is it too woo for you?
Too woo. It's too juvenile. The guy might as well be a freaking teenager out there doing the crap.
I'm kind of wondering who you're talking about now, but if it's too controversial,
he might come try to shut everybody down real quick, like because he likes to lawyer up real quick.
Oh, he's one of those guys. Okay.
Right. What is that? A Red Bull?
No, that's an RC.
Oh, okay. I was like, a Red Bull. That's the last thing you need.
Trust me. With the coffee I drink every day, Red Bull ain't gonna cut it.
Oh, are you a heavy coffee drinker, Randy?
Not as bad as I used to be.
Yeah, I'm a pretty heavy coffee drinker myself.
Yeah, I'll have 3-4 cups in the morning. Now I've kind of gone to the Keurig. I don't do the pot so much anymore because there was too much waste. So I was like, all right, you know what?
Yeah, I do the Keurig.
About 3 or 4 cups a day.
Yeah.
And I realize this is off topic, but it's talking about coffee. That pot costs less to make than one of them Keurig things.
I fully understand that. Trust me. But you know what? When you're sitting there in the morning and you're just trying to get out the door, it's a hell of a lot easier to do that than to make a pot.
I'm just lazy. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
In the morning, especially when you're all like feeling all cracked out, and then you got to like rush for work, and you're like trying to beat traffic, and you're like, just pop in that Keurig and let's be done with it. I don't have the time to take out that stupid ass filter. Scoop that shit out, wait for it to like drip into the pot. No. I got places to be.
I can't say that from Army standpoint, because for 23 years, I did nothing but drink it out of a pot, to the point that we carried silver bullets. I don't know if you know what those are, but we carried silver bullets to the field. We're talking about the big 42 cup percolators, and I would go through one of them a day in our operations center.
Hey, it's Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Hey there, Amy Creel. What's she say? I can drink a cup of coffee and go directly to sleep. Yeah, I kind of do that too. I
do it at night as well.
Me and Donny will drink coffee at nighttime.
Yeah,
and talk until the wee hours of the morning, and then just go to bed.
Yeah. And that morning ritual where you got to have your coffee and your cigarette in the morning. I gotta have my coffee and my cigarette in the morning.
Not anymore.
You gotta have the ritual. You gotta go through your ritual.
That's my ritual. I kick back with my coffee and my cigarette, check out the news, see what's going on in the world.
You can't have a newspaper no more. You got to look at the internet to get it.
No, I'm looking at my phone.
Same difference. Yeah, it's the internet still.
Anyway, so it's safe to say that most of us, you, I, everyone that we know, most people that we know, they generally fall in the category of like low to mid-level woo, right? Because especially people who want to protect their credibility as well and try to be more respectable, you can't go too off the rails, because everyone starts thinking you're a nut job.
Yeah.
And that you're a weirdo. But thankfully, I don't have such concerns. So therefore, tonight, what I propose is, I think we crank up that woo factor, lady and gentlemen. I think we crank it up a few notches up to a Spinal Tap 11. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm going to bring to you.
Wait, time out first before you do that. How the heck do you know about Spinal Tap 11?
Everyone knows about Spinal Tap 11.
You're too young for that movie.
Yeah, we're going Spinal Tap 11 on this bitch.
Holy crap.
So.
That's where I fell in love with Fran Drescher, so.
So the channeling stuff and the Arcturian stuff, once we go New Age, that's when you're pushing the woo factor, folks. That's when you're cranking it up to high levels, 9, 10, 11. You know, Jason mentioned those CE5 dudes who go out in the desert and they meditate and shit and shoot laser beams and UFOs show up. Yeah, that's only like, I would say that's like a level 9 woo. I'm talking Spinal Tap 11, baby. Here we go.
All right.
Are you ready?
Right.
Brandy,
right,
are you ready for this?
Do it.
Tell me about it.
You guys have been living in this lower woo level field for so long. Are you ready to ascend to the higher dimension of woo?
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's break down the truth, okay? What is actually going on in this fucking universe? I'll break it down like this, okay? It all starts with this little thing called, hold on. I'm going to do a share screen real quick. It's called the Law of One. If you go on lawofone.info, it's all there. All the answers you could ever ask for are all there. Everything you want to know about UFOs, which races belong to which group, how many fucking races there are, what their technology is like, what's the deal with all those abductions and shit. If you want the skinny, the Law of One. Well, it's actually Law of One, but lawofone.info. And it's got a little search engine where you can search all the topics. And this was shit that was channeled. It was channeled, guys, by a 7th dimensional being. And I'm like, 7th dimension? Holy shit. That's mad dimensions, yo. We're only like 3 dimensions. That's 4 extra dimensions right there, guys. Damn. Holy shit.
All right.
I can see that. Yeah, that sounds yeah, that's interesting.
So what do you guys think about all them extra dimensions? You know, there's actually 11 dimensions. Now, the 7th dimension being his whole reason for wanting to channel and communicate with humanity in the first place is because he himself was on a mission. His name was Ra, like the Egyptian god, whatever. And he was channeling this lady. I think it was like 82 or something. She was like in Washington, but that doesn't matter. She's just a vessel. But the point is, this dude was trying to get all the way up to like the 8th, 9th, 10th dimension, but he had to fulfill his service, his duty. So that's why he came out and came up with laid out the Law of One. So the Law of One, it kind of serves as the lore backdrop for a lot of this New Age stuff. Right? So a lot of like the channelings and this book in particular, the Extraterrestrial Species Almanac, it's all based off the Law of One. And basically the Law of One is this. Okay. Are you guys ready for the truth?
We've been waiting.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm waiting on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
So according to Ra, this being from another dimension, there's 2 alignments, essentially. So the Law of One is this. The Law of One is like the law of basically you live to serve others. That's it. Like you live it with the understanding that we're all one, like an Earth citizen, and your whole purpose of your existence is to the service of others. And this comes into like religious ideas and spiritual ideas like universal love, right? You know, a lot of those Christian topics of just being, you know, good karma, being a positive force out there, just helping others, right? That's the Law of One, right? We can get behind that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Be nice, love one another.
Yep, kind of like the golden rule type thing.
Yeah, the golden rule, right? It's like a cosmic version of the golden rule. The golden rule, no one's going to disagree with that, right?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. Basically, it's just don't be a douchebag. That's all.
Yeah. Or simple. Like I like to call it as a douche canoe. Don't be a douche canoe.
Don't be a douche canoe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can see that. I mean, but you just eliminated 99% of the human race right there.
Yeah, it's sad that a lot of people don't live by that. Now the other alignment is called the ones who serve self. Now, the opposite of the law of one, service to others, is service to self, right? And that's the origin of, evil, dark shit, right? Dastardly people and demonic beings, right? And all what evil is the idea is that they're serving your own self-interest rather than the self-interest of others. Service to self. There's basically two alignments. And what this channeling breaks down is all the alien civilizations and races. There's there's a fuck ton of them according to the Lord. There's a fuck ton of them, right? All of them, well, actually I wouldn't say all of them, but most of them, they kind of fall into one of these two categories, right? All the angelic ones, all the benevolent ones, they are the service of other camp, and all the evil reptilians and demonic beings, they are the service to self camp. So a lot of these new age channeling, like these messages from these Arcturians, they kind of break everything down like that.
Oh, cool. That sounds interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this dude, he actually gets channeled. He this thing mind speaks directly to him, and he's straight up speaking to holy shit, he's straight up speaking to an Arcturian. And this Arcturian gives him the entire skinny on everything, right? So basically, how should I start? Okay. Let's start from the beginning. All right. So we've got, this is what we call the Galactic Federation. All right. It's like a galactic alliance of peoples and planets. So we call them GASP, the Galactic Alliance of Space, People, and Planets, right? So you have like different types of beings, like you got the Pleiadians and the Sirians and the Arcturians, right? The Alpha Centaurians. Like everyone knows about the Alpha. I mean, those guys, they're good. I like the Pleiadians personally. Those are like the Nordic ones. You ever hear those alien stories of like the tall, white Nordic looking ones where they're all attractive and shit, and they all got blonde hair? And all the men are super handsome, and all the women are really hot. You've heard those stories, right?
Yeah, weren't they called Aryans?
Yeah, well, they're actually Pleiadians. Okay, there's another set called the Aryans. They're like a separate group that looks similar, but the Pleiadians they're the Nordics that we come to know about, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, yeah. So then they're like, these are the good guys, right? So there's like a whole coalition of them. Some are intergalactic. Some are like just within our galaxy, but others are like universe wide because they could go from galaxy to galaxy. And then others are like multiple dimensions, and they all have different levels of technology and how they can interface with the dimensionals, levels, and realities. So I would say the Arcturians are probably going to be, and they're the blue ones. Arcturians are usually like white or blue, but usually they're seen as blue, like you see right here. These guys, they're like our homies. They're like, they're from Arcturus, which is only 37 light years away. I'll show you a picture of the star right here. You can see it from the northern hemisphere. In the Boides, the Herdsman constellation. It's the biggest star in that constellation, Arcturus. I mean, you can see it yourself. 37 light years away, guys. That's our homies right there. They're like our protectors and shit. They're basically the ones keeping all this shit together, keeping the solar system from being overrun by assholes.
So there are Vulcans?
Okay.
Yeah. They're like, but then they got like the advanced technology and shit. Now the other group, they're opposed to the Galactic Alliance. We've got the Orion Empire. Now, all the bad, evil stuff, the ones who serve the, the self-service camp of the law of one, all of those motherfuckers, those evil assholes, and who are all filled with like evil and shit, and they do like backroom deals with like demons and stuff. Those are the Orion group. Some people know them as the Orion Empire, but all that evil alien shit, that all comes from Orion. like literally. So you ever like look up in the constellation in the night sky and you see Orion's belt? You see the Orion? That's where all the enemies are, guys.
That's where the thugs are? Is that what you're saying?
That's where they're from.
The
And they're
gangsters
gunning
are
for
from
this place.
Are they in the arrow part, or are they in the belt?
Well, there are actually multiple star systems within the Orion constellation because
Well, yeah,
they've
I understand that,
colonized,
but-
they've spread out. Well, there's several races. So the most common race in the Orion Empire, most commonly there's the Draconians, right?
Okay.
But the Draconians are the most common. They're pretty vile. They're very evil, and they've learned from a very because all of these individuals, they're like thousands, millions of years old individually, right? So they learn how to infiltrate Earth by shapeshifting into humans and secretly control the world. So we've got like Orion agents up in here causing a ruckus, right? Doing all this evil shit. We know about them. Don't tell me you haven't heard about the reptilians posing as humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
I
there was a
didn't know
full
anything about
series
that to that extent, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, there was a full series about it called V back in the 80s.
Well, yeah, there's that, but well, V was like one race. This the Orion Empire, it's like a multitude of races. A lot of them are draconian, a lot of them are like related to each other because of genetic experimentation. You know, because you've got the standard draconians, but then you got the Dragonoids. Now the Dragonoids, these motherfuckers are the ones you really don't want to cross in a dark alley. These are the baddies. Like these are like the evil, like these are the dickheads because you know they pretend to be us and they go around manipulating our economy and our politics. But these are the motherfuckers that will just straight up like eat you. The Dragonoids.
So you got a draconian that is the brains of the outfit, and the Dragonoids.
No, draconians, they're more like the grunts. These guys are more like
you said they were evil and they're
but they're not the leaders, not the ruling class.
I didn't say that. I was saying they're more the smarter bunch. Is that you're telling me, right?
Yeah.
And then the other guys, they're like the army ants.
Well, I'll read you the direct thing. I'll read you verbatim, actually.
Okay.
So I've got the book right here, right? Hold on, I'm fucking around with all these pictures and shit, and I'm getting all confused. Okay, so I got the book right here. I'll give you what the text actually says. Okay.
Okay.
The Dragonoids. So they're from Alpha Draconis. It's a star in the constellation of Dracos. What are the odds of that? They're draconians. They look like dragons, and their constellation is a dragon. Coincidence, guys?
It's a big one. It's a big one. It really is.
I don't know.
There's something going on there, guys. Anyway.
If you say so, Donny,
yeah.
So the Dragonoids, they stand a monstrous 15 to 20 feet high.
Wait.
Some have been known to grow to
feet?
Yeah. Some have been known to grow to up to 30 plus feet. Their shiny black reptilian skin is a combination of scales, scutes, and horny bony plates. They are horned and clawed creatures, having 3 fingers and a thumb, 3-pronged toes. They got elongated snouts, similar to a crocodile, 2 rows of sharp gray teeth, right? They got their double wingspan is menacing, like evil power being magnetized in dark sails. Dragonoids have slitted pupils and cold, deep blue eyes. Now, here's their agenda, though. The Dragonoids work in secrecy and are in league with the Alpha. Okay, these are the head honchos. The Alpha Albino Royal Dracos. They're like the albino ones. So this is the ruling class here. They're like white reptilians. They're like albino like reptoids with like wings and shit. These are the alphas. That's the big baddie. That's the final boss.
Oh, And they're considered reptilians?
Yeah, they're the alpha albino reptilians.
Yeah, because they're depicting them with feathers and stuff and scales.
Yeah.
So
the Dragonoids, they're like the muscle for the Orion Empire. They're the ones who like go out and like get shit done, if you know what I mean, right? Where the regular Draconians, these dudes, they're like on the sneaky tip.
Yeah.
But it's all good, guys, because we got the Galactic Federation. We've got the Pleiadians and we got the Arcturians on our side. And so far, the Arcturians, they've been doing their bit in keeping a lot of these Orion motherfuckers at bay. So, they're doing their part, because otherwise, without them, our planet would have been overrun like eons ago.
Yeah.
And they're out there in our solar system right now fighting the good fight.
That's
they're
right.
Taking care of us, right?
Yeah, they're out there doing their thing in the solar system, operating on multiple dimensions, because we're just over here on the crappy third dimension. They're fighting dudes in the fifth dimension on our behalf.
Are they talking to Mithilpitlik for us?
I mean, they're taking on the Dragonoids, guys.
Well, how come we can't see them?
Oh, because of our dimensional level. Because this is like the way they describe, the way the other aliens think of us, like, it's funny to say that the multiple times this is mentioned, the other aliens regard us as basically the trash of the universe.
Okay.
And we found all this out because somebody was channeling?
Multiple people were channeling. Multiple aliens.
So you had a group of people just channeling these things and talking to them, right?
Yeah. And they're giving all the answers.
So what would happen if they channeled something else and it lied to them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was pretending to be them. And all this information.
The Arcturian actually gave a good answer. He gave a real good answer in this interview when they interviewed. This guy was like the head This guy was head of this Milky Way command. He was the head commander of all the Arcturians for the Milky Way, guys.
The Milky Way command? They have
Milky Way command. And this dude, what he said was the best way to know is if whatever you're channeling or whatever cosmic being or supernatural entity, whatever it says to you, if it tells you to do something, that's it. Cut it off. That's it. That's how you know.
That doesn't even make sense. It's like if it tells me to do something, but what if I was channeling you, Donnie, and thinking I was talking to you, but it was actually Randy, and Randy was telling me all sorts of lies, but he wasn't telling me to do anything. I would believe I was talking to you and believe the lies, right?
But the evil ones, they always gotta tell you to do something. They always gotta try to make suggestions and say, "Hey, why don't you go do that? Why don't you go do that twisted evil thing, that deviant thing? Why don't you go ahead and do that?" Right? They'll never. Every story of someone who gets tricked by an evil entity, it always ends with that evil entity trying to tell them what to do.
Well, Randy would try to tell me what to do too.
Because these evil
that all the time.
They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves.
I can't help it because she needs to be told what to do half the time.
You've been around those people, right? They always got to tell people what to do. Like it's just in their nature.
He's losing his hat. I'm trying to stay safe over here. I'm trying to stay safe.
What do you think I'm doing?
I need to make one for Bigfoot. He needs to
So yeah, we've got but the thing is, the good news is, guys, the Galactic Federation, they have more. There's more variety in the number. There's more races that are involved on the good side than there are on the bad side. So I feel like we're all like pretty good with regards to like support and help.
Wait a second, but you just said that you got all these races, but they're going up against 20, 30-foot dragons.
Yeah, but we got these Nordic dudes, the Pleiadians, the ones on the top left. I mean, look at them. They're like all like Fabio looking and shit.
Exactly. And how fast would that dragon eat that head?
Yeah, but that dude got powers and shit, man. You don't know what kind of technology they on.
That's gonna bounce off the scales.
I do not know. I guess whatever Donnie says. Now he read it.
Okay.
I mean, this is.
He researched this through those
I
books.
researched this shit. What can I say?
Once again, we're still trying to figure out that we didn't know he knew how to read. First of all, secondly, this is very interesting, and I support you in your endeavor in this. I really do. I think you might need one of these hats to keep your brain from kind of.
I think we need to send him a roll.
Yeah,
he needs a roll.
This Arcturian, well, it was several Arcturians. It wasn't just the head of the Starfleet command. He was just one of them. The other one was his science officer. He was also channeled. And they all have their own unique personalities. And one of the things is because Arcturians, right? They operate on the 5th dimension, so they barely even have bodies at this point. They're all like mental and psychical and like telekinesis and everything. So they don't even communicate with words. Like they just like psychically beam thoughts to each other. So it's a way more efficient method of communication, right? There's no mix-ups, there's no misunderstandings. Right. So when they channel through these people, one of the first things the Arcturians always say is like, they're always like, wow, using words is weird because they're not used to it, having to string sentences together.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things they always do. They're always like, wow, this is a funny way of communicating. I never had to actually speak with my mouth before. Right.
Well, there's a bunch of them that are depicting these things without mouths.
Yeah, because they just communicate telepathically.
Well, that's because they're part of the Peanuts characters. They don't have mouths until he starts talking.
And you never see the teacher, and she doesn't know how to use words. She just goes, wah, 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 wah. That's all she does.
Hey, bring up that Andromedan again. Bring up the Andromedan again.
Which one?
I think
these guys?
The Andromedan. We just want to look at the Andromedan. I'm kind of
some of them do look close to human. Cute. Yeah.
No, just looking kind of cute there. I mean, let's talk about some interracial thing here, or interspecies.
Yeah, and so there's like apparently a race that all looks like Asian people, which is kind of funny actually when you think about it. But
there is.
Okay, all right. So one of the things, some of the things that the Arcturians mentioned that I thought were interesting that I would like to share with you guys. First of all, they think the Anunnaki are like complete assholes. They're like, man, fuck those guys. Those guys are dicks.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys know about the Anunnaki.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, like ancient alien theory. They manipulated the human genetics and to create a slave race to mine gold.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Now these guys think they're assholes, but they're also very impressed with their ability to manipulate genetics.
Well, if they think they're assholes, they must be assholes.
Yeah, because they did do what they did to make us into who we are. And the Arcturians, while they were very impressed with their level of genetic mastery, they were like, but those guys are assholes because the only reason why they did it was because they wanted to mine gold. But to be fair enough, I mean, they needed to mine the gold to save their world. So even though they were kind of dicks about it by making us into slaves at the same time, I mean, they kind of had to do it to save their own world. So I'll give them a pass.
Okay. You read it. Donnie, you researched it. Okay. That must be right.
It's got to be it. It's got to be it.
It's got to be right. If you read it, it's got to be right.
No, I did more than read it. I've researched it.
Okay. All right. All right.
I understand.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. It's not so much that the Anunnaki, they created humans. It's like humans were already there. They just like fucked with our genetics, but they're not the only ones. According to the Arcturians, there's been like over 20 alien races that have mixed their genetics in with us. Some good, some bad. So the Arcturians, yeah.
So, okay. I'm lost.
Well,
So
it's all about you got to think about it on the different dimensions, though.
Yeah, but if they mixed with our DNA, would that mess with our appearance?
That's why a lot of them look like us, and that's why we look like them.
I don't know about you, but I don't look like none of them.
I didn't see an Asian one up there, Donnie.
Well, Randy, you know what you are? You're a Pleiadian who's let himself go.
Where's the Pleiadian? Yeah, no. I'm a Shyamalan.
Hey, it's Greg Ogles. What's up, Greg Ogles? So yeah, hey Greg, I was just giving these people the truth about the aliens and the actual truth. The actual truth. None of this pussyfooting around, oh, what are grays? Who did they serve? Oh, bitch, I know who they serve. I know exactly what they are.
It's the actual truth.
The actual truth.
If Donnie said it, it must be true.
Actually, though, okay, now with regards to the grays, it's a little bit, it's not quite straightforward, because here's the thing.
It's not black or white, it's gray.
It's gray. It's in a gray area. Okay, here's why it's in a gray area. Because the grays themselves, they are what the Arcturians describe as, they called extraterrestrial biological entity, but meaning that they are basically biological robots. They're not so much like their own race, they're more like a tool. Like they're basically biological robots that are used, right? Like a knife or a gun is not inherently good nor evil. It's a tool used by whoever's wielding them. That's why in some cases you see grays with Pleiadians and Arcturians because they're the good guys, but then you see other grays with like insectoids. Those praying mantis insectoids, you've heard of those guys, right? Yeah, those guys they're real dodgy motherfuckers, by the way. Other aliens do not like them. Those guys are like the assholes of the galaxy. Right? Sometimes you'll see the gray aliens in league with them because the gray aliens themselves are not really their own thing. They're basically just tools, biological robots. The real people who are running the show are not even coming down in UFOs here. They're off like deeper into solar system in the motherships. What's Randy doing?
I think he's trying to choke himself out.
Randy's had enough.
My brain.
He's having a minute. He's having a minute.
My brain's hurting now.
Yeah, Randy's just getting hit with so much truth, guys. It's an overload of truth.
My brain doesn't hurt. I got my head on.
Yeah, she got the protection.
I got my protection on. Nobody getting me today.
So yeah,
for me this time. Oh no.
So do you guys have any thoughts, opinions, or questions about what I have said so far?
No, Donnie, whatever you researched must be right. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Do you have any questions about the Arcturians or the Pleiadians or the Alpha Draconians?
That's what I was saying, because it all stems from, I don't think that's a viable answer on what he gave as channeling, because of how you just don't know who you're channeling, just like you don't know when you're using.
Yeah, know who I knew who he was channeling. He was channeling the head of the Galactic Space Command, Brandy. He's the head guy.
That'd be like I was communicating with the past president.
The Milky
I don't think so. I don't. Donnie, I just don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know.
You got to read it. You got to read it for yourself.
I don't think I could wrap my head around it, because do aliens exist? Of course they do. But are they all these advanced civilizations and blah, blah, blah? I don't know. And why do they all look like beautiful people?
Not all of them. Not all of them. Some of them look like twisted and fucked up.
Well, I mean, you know, but then again, I mean,
then you got these guys.
They remind me of the Land of the Lost. Does anybody remember that show?
Yeah. Slee stacks. They were slee stacks.
That's the ones.
This guy looks. This guy straight up looks like Mew too.
That Pokemon. Looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Actually, more look like a.
Looks like a Pokemon. Sorry. Looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. They're like little ones, big ones, but like some of them are like, some of them do look like just out of like a. There are some freaky looking ones though. But then yeah, other ones they look just like us, like literally indistinguishable.
That's what I mean. I don't know. I think they all have most of them have a humanoid appearance.
I mean, look at the Venusian here. You see that?
Kind of looks like Brandy. Wait a second. Hold up.
That just looks like a regular ass blonde lady.
Yeah. Looks like Brandy. Wait a second. We need to double check her. That's what she's got the hat on. I realize this now.
Maybe Brandy's a Venusian in disguise.
That's what I'm thinking. She's using the hat to try and foil us a little bit.
You know, I mean, honestly, they look human with costumes on. I'm just saying.
Well, they're uniforms. They're space uniforms. It's to maintain their dimensional integrity so that they can maintain their form in this reality.
Well, I can understand why you have to stay in uniform. I dealt with that a lot. So yeah, you gotta always be in uniform if you're on duty.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I'm gonna go with you guys.
Yeah.
I guess I can't I can't believe that somebody would actually know of all these species.
It's been known for eons, for ages. We've had the wool pulled over our eyes, Brandy. That was part of the slave mentality programming that the Anunnaki instilled in us.
I mean, you can call me on the telephone, and if you'd never see me, I can tell you my skin's blue too.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Or I look like a dragon. Or a lizard, or whatever you want me to say. I mean, okay, I'm gonna sit here with my hat on, and I'm gonna stay safe. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
So, have your worlds been turned upside down now, guys? Have your whole worldview been rocked, and you're just you don't know what to think anymore? Welcome to Maximum Woo, guys. For too long, you guys have been living down here in mid-level Woo lands. Now you're ascending now to a higher dimensional level of Woo.
I agree.
And I want to be the first to welcome you guys.
Well, I got my Woo hat on.
Welcome to the party.
I'm looking here. Hey, Donnie, have you got a knock at the door by any chance yet?
Who? The men in black?
No. The men in the white coats. That's the ones you got to worry about.
What?
See, men in white coats.
That's what people who are low level
men in black. It could be the men in black. You know, they might be coming after him for releasing all this information. They thought if they put it in book form, not many people would see it. You know what I mean?
White lab coat guys. Yeah, they're the low level Woo. Yeah,
they wouldn't be woke to the aliens. They wouldn't be woke because it's just
that's why it's called the New Age.
But the 3-letter agencies we're talking about don't give a crap about that. The people in the white coats do, though, because they want to make sure he's not a danger to anybody else or himself. They just want to make sure he's taken care of properly.
Yeah. Well, it's in a book, so it has to be true.
Not there yet.
It has to be true.
North American Crypt is asking about the Archons. Now, the Archons, I think he might be referring to, well, there's actually a few different. There's the Angelic Corp. They're like, okay, they're kind of like the Angelic Corp. Let's see what their thing is. Okay, so these guys, the Angelic Corp, they're like the intermediaries, right? They kind of are the ones who are like they mediate like communications between like the positive aliens, like the Galactic Federations, and like angels. Because the angels and the Galactic Federation, you know, they're on good terms. They work together. So a lot of Galactic Federation members are oftentimes confused as angels. But like the heavenly angel kinds, like they have their own little like dignitaries that deal with the Galactic Federation.
Well, you know, Amy had said in chat, she said that we have to get Facebook to fact check this.
Thank you.
So we'll know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or better yet, give me a picture so we can put a red circle around it. Then we know it's true.
That's right. Right.
Yeah.
Everybody believes red circles. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of leading me to the whole Greer CE5 thing out there meditating and opening yourself up to these aliens. And how do you know it's aliens you're speaking with? It could be something that's definitely earthbound. The other thing is that it's the same thing with anything that we use, a ghost box or an Ouija board or anything like that. Are we really communicating with who we think we are? Or heck, the Frank's box, which was the original ghost box, was made by Frank Sumption. Frank Sumption had built that box to originally reach out and speak to aliens.
Right.
Okay, but Frank Sumption figured out we're getting something else. He was figuring out that he was communicating with earthbound spirits. So, I mean, that's how strange how they kind of connect a little bit, because he was trying to reach out to aliens, but then figured out he's talking to ghosts. So when they're channeling these things, I cannot and will not be 100% certain that that is what we're dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah. You shouldn't be, nor should you be. Even the Arcturian space commander said that. He's like, you know, you got to be real careful when you do these kinds of activities, because you never know who you're going to be communicating with. North Alabama Cryptid says, the Archons are said to be the first Earthlings before creation. What do y'all think? Okay, so according to the interview with the Arcturian, I know what he's talking about now. They used a different word. They called them something different. They called them the ephemerals. But apparently before humans came about on Earth, the Earth was populated by these spiritual entities known as ephemerals. Oh, and by the way, orbs, you guys, you know, like all those paranormal stories about orbs and stuff?
Yep.
I know what they are.
What are they? What are they?
They are disembodied consciousnesses. So sometimes like a way that an Arcturian would go to try to visit like another planet, if they're like all the way on a different galaxy, what they do is they make themselves into a thought form where they get into a meditative state, and their consciousness, a copy of their consciousness will appear on another planet where they get to like look around and interact. But from the other planet's point of view, it'll look like an orb. So what the idea of those orbs you see are, they're disembodied consciousnesses of an alien that's actually somewhere else meditating, but embodying that orb in order to interact and look around.
Okay, so you're saying they're traveling around without their meat sack.
Right.
Okay.
So they're on their own astral plane, is what we're thinking.
Right. You can almost think of them like psychic drones.
I could also think of them as blots of dust. So
psychic drones.
Yeah.
You know, you keep saying that you're gonna burst the bubble of a whole lot
Donny's
of amateur ghost detectives out there.
Whatever Donny says. Yeah.
Amateur ghost hunters are going to have an issue with this. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, their minds are going to be blown. They're not ready to handle the truth,
they're not
guys.
ready.
I'm telling you.
They're not
They're
ready
not
for
ready.
the
They're
truth.
not that. They are ghosts. Those orbs are ghosts. Period. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to have to argue because I got to take up for my brethren in the ghost hunting community.
Yeah, I mean, well, those ghost hunting people, remember, they're still low levels woo, right? They're still mid-level woo folks. They're not maximum woo. So yeah, I mean, I respect their efforts and some of their technological advances with these ghost boxes and these spirit boxes, and it's all very clever stuff, but their woo levels are just too low, guys. They're too low. They can't handle the real truth. The Spinal Tap 11 of woo. They can't handle that.
They're gonna have to step up, aren't they?
They gotta step up.
Mm.
They're not ready for some Arcturian shit.
They're not woke. They're not woke.
No. They ain't woke enough.
Right, Donny?
They're not thinking
They're
on
not
11
woke.
dimensions, 11 densities of reality. They're not on that level yet, guys.
Nope.
Yeah. And Bigfoot, okay, so Bigfoot, he's like the least interesting one. All he is essentially is just a homeless alien. Of all the aliens, he's like the homeless bum out of all of them.
He's flipping you off, Donny.
The dude doesn't even have his own goddamn planet. He's got to trespass on our lands.
That's it. He's flipping you off.
Bigfoot can't even figure out how to fly a spaceship.
He's gonna kick your ass. Yeah. Ooh.
I'm a Bigfoot on that one. I'll hold him down. How's that?
Did you guys ever hear any stories of Bigfoots with UFOs? Have you heard those? I love those stories.
I've heard some.
There's a lot
I've
of
heard
them,
some that the reports that were coming in that after seeing that they had witnessed a sighting of it's a UFO, not a UAP. It's a UFO.
Thank
you.
Okay, they've seen him either before or after the sighting.
Yeah,
it's a
UFO.
That's it.
Yeah, because you don't have any UAPologists. You've got ufologists.
Yeah.
So how can it be a UAP? It's got to be a UFO, right?
I don't know. They're just trying to confuse old folks like me. You know what? It's been UFO. Always have been UFO. Don't start this UAP crap.
Just like it's Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, or whatever the local is, but it's not a Squatch ever.
People call it Squatch. I always use it as a verb.
People say Squatch.
I may go out in the woods occasionally and go here, squatchy, but that's a nickname. That's a nickname.
Do that on the side of a boat calling crappie too. That's side the point.
Yeah, it's like that's just a nickname. It's not what they're called.
No, not when you're doing a network television show and you want people to take you seriously.
Right. I'm going squatching.
Yeah. If you're going squatching, you ain't going with me.
When you're out there investigating.
Oh, I came up with a new word. Squamping.
Squamping?
Yeah.
What's squamping?
Squamping is, camping for Bigfoot. Where you go looking for Bigfoot, but it's just a camping trip. I call it squamping.
Yeah.
We got to make that a new word. Squamping.
Yeah.
Come on, Randy.
Glamping,
are you down with squamping?
Squamping. Yeah.
No.
I'm down.
No.
That's just easily influenced.
I'll go squamping.
I like squamping.
After this tonight, I'm actually, since I hadn't decided for tomorrow, guess what? We're doing Red Circle Sunday tomorrow, damn it.
Oh no.
Oh no. What's Red Circle Sunday?
Randy and I go over all evidence out there in internet land that has circles.
Yeah, it's got to have a circle of some sort or an arrow.
Gotta have a circle.
Arrows too, but we like red circles.
Yeah, we'll do arrows. Yeah. So it's Red Circle Sunday. Oh goodness me. I'll be wearing this again tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, you might as well put a pin in that sucker right there.
I know.
Attach it to the hat and just have it there.
I know. I need to like put some like string or something so I can tie it underneath my neck or something just to keep it on and just sleep in it.
I got to make a new one. This one's 3 years old and it's finally falling completely apart on me. I can see through it.
Oh no. Well, that's going to be expensive because you know that high dollar tinfoil is like $4 for a 25-foot roll.
Well, then good thing the cheap Walmart one is about $2.
Oh,
for
have
an
you looked
80-foot
at
roll.
tinfoil lady? That lately stuff? No.
So yeah,
I have actually.
Better.
So I think I've shared enough truth for one night. I think that's as much as the people can handle for one night. It's too much, right? I think it was a little too much.
Hurts now.
Yeah.
A little too much to swallow all at once. I gotta kind of drip feed people.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be a
mean,
best
we
thing,
could have done we could have done like a 4-segment show with that.
Oh, we
could
could
have
still
done-
do 4 segments. Oh, I still got plenty more to say. Believe me. I haven't even started on the Syrians or the Alpha Centaurians yet.
Where the hell are you guys at? God, hurry up, get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just have to wait and let this soak in. Okay. Well, I'm leaving my hat on for a while.
Oh, and you know who else corroborated all this? Edgar Casey.
Yeah, I believe that too.
He said the Arcturians, they were out there. They were watching over us, watching our backs.
Not surprising in any way, shape, or form. Then
Mm.
you sure L. Ron Hubbard didn't jump in on that bandwagon too?
He might have.
And, you know, the Arcturians, they were all cool with the Atlanteans. Like they knew them, and they would have dealings with them. And yeah, so I think we'll end this one tonight, guys. But before I let y'all's go, Brandy and Randy, do you guys have any final thoughts or any final words or messages with regards to Maximum Woo? What it's like to be on Maximum Woo now that you've come to this level?
My final thoughts are: put your hat on, wear it,
all the time.
Stay safe out there
because you need help.
Stay very safe out there.
I've got one for you right now too. I got my final thought to you, Donny.
Okay. Oh no! Oh no! He has betrayed us. He is Team Low Woo.
I am a 3 now.
He's back to 3. He's descended. He's plunged. He's back to the dark side.
I know.
Dust balls.
I can never pull him. I can never pull him out. Just when you think he's going to come out of the trenches, he goes right back in.
Right back in.
With steel-toed boots ready to roll.
And my final message, if you guys are out there and you're able to hear this and listen to this, I have a message to our Arcturian friends. I, Donny Cho, would personally like to thank you for protecting us and for doing because, you know, you're putting yourself out there for our sake, putting yourselves at risk for us, and we don't even know you. But you guys are looking out for us, and you're protecting us against the Alpha Draconians and the Dragonoids, especially for keeping those Dragonoid motherfuckers off our back. I would like to thank you personally to our Arcturian Galactic Command. And I would also like to thank all of the other races out there, all the other peoples in the Galactic Federation of planets. And to anyone who may be listening from the Orion Empire or the Orion Group, go fuck yourself.
Oh, you don't want the Draconians or anything to come after you, but you're going to sit there and antagonize.
Yeah, he's trying to
start those guys. They could go fuck off. We got their Arcturians.
An interdimensional / inter-freaking,
No, we got the Arcturians behind our back, guys.
Well, they're probably looking at you going, "Will you stop shaking the damn tree?"
Be peaceful.
All right, peace out, folks. Bye.
Bye.